Hey everyone, Ashka here. Welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be about why I stopped running for about 6 years. Okay, so let's get right into it. Here's a list of all my ailments, basically. Some of them I've had for my entire life, and some have only started within the 6 years or so. Okay, here we go. They're all written down. Asthma, a severe ankle injury, Epstein Barr virus, chronic fatigue, yeast overload and mold exposure, black mold in particular, hormone imbalance, adrenal fatigue, all over body inflammation, with aching muscles, aching joints, just all day, every day. Pre-diabetic, believe it or not. Electrolyte imbalance to the point of it affecting my body's ability just to function normally every single day. And I was born with one kidney, but that I didn't find out till I was 18, and it doesn't really affect me, to be honest. I just have to keep a good diet and make sure I drink enough good fluids every day, and it's fine. It's bigger than normal, does the work of two. So that's the list. So let's go through them one by one and I'll explain the hows and the whys. So asthma, I was born with it. I was 2 months preemie, so the doctors think that had a lot to do with it, but who knows. So I ended up with asthma attacks semi-regularly and always ended up in hospital. I managed the asthma with corticosteroids for basically my entire life, until I moved here to the Snowy Mountains. Up here I don't get asthma. It's weird. I don't need to take my medication even when I run. I don't need it. The air up here is clean. It's a little bit thinner, and the humidity is extremely low. Some days it'll get down to about 40% humidity. So my body loves that. And as soon as I go to the coast, that's when the asthma starts to come back. And usually I will need to take my medication at least once while I'm on the coast or places like Sydney. Major side effect from the corticosteroid medication I recently found out is it stops the body from absorbing potassium. And I wish I knew this earlier, and it would explain a lot. But when you're low on potassium, you'll get all sorts of weird side effects, and one of them being really low energy, weakness in the arms, just muscle weakness all over, increased heart rate, like heart palpitations, all sorts of things. You can look that up. I'm not going to go through that, but basically it makes you feel like utter crap and you can't function, you can't think. So my body will do this, will drop in potassium quite regularly, and I didn't realize that it was because of the medication that I had been on for many years. So now I try not to take the medication at all if I can help it, and I've just ordered some potassium powder and magnesium powder so that I can make up my own electrolytes for when I run, so that I know I'm getting plenty of potassium in electrolyte form. I won't be taking it every day because my diet takes care of, or should take care of, most of my potassium, but when I exercise I just can't consume enough. My body just doesn't absorb it right now. So yeah, hopefully that'll be here on the next few days. I also keep my sodium levels down just to keep the ratio between potassium and sodium, which should be 2 to 1. Try and keep that ratio as happy as possible, but that's also been very, very hard, and I get loads of water retention and puffiness in my face. I had too much salt the past few days, so this is why I'm like this. Next one, severe ankle injury. So a bit over 6 years ago, I completely severed 2 out of the 3 main ligaments on the outside of the ankle. It was a non-running related injury. I wasn't a runner at that time, but I stepped off a curb that was higher than normal and just misjudged it, fell, twisted my ankle, and it didn't feel good. I didn't hear any snapping at that time, but it just did not feel good. I felt that it had swollen up straight away. And then I drove my manual car an hour and a half, and when I got to my destination, I got out of the car and I put pressure on that ankle. I leant on it fairly heavily because it wasn't really paining me at that stage, not terribly, and that's when it went snap. I went and saw the best specialist in Canberra. He was a surgeon. My GP sent me to him. So he looked at my scans and said, yeah, this is really bad, but we're not going to do surgery. So I said, well, okay, I don't care what we do, I just need to be able to run again. So he said, no surgery, I will send you to the best physio in Canberra who does all the sports teams and things. So I said, okay. So I paid an absolute fortune to see that physio, but he set me up quite well and gave me a bunch of exercises to do, and I only needed to see him once, so that was good. And after that, it was just normal physio in town. And now I'm seeing a fantastic physio also in town. I didn't know about her until about a year ago. And she's amazing. She's fixing up my entire body. I had developed major imbalances within my body and my muscles, major weaknesses, and I didn't realize that it was that bad, and it was. So this physio, she's fixing me. She's fixing me. She's making my body strong again, balanced, and functioning as it should be, which is great. The Epstein Barr virus, that I got, I think, I don't know when, teenager, maybe. I remember having an incredibly sore throat and basically tonsillitis type symptoms, but it wasn't. It was this virus. So it's been with me for a long time. And for the last 3 years, except for the past sort of 6 months, I was a complete wreck. I couldn't function. I had severe chronic fatigue. I couldn't digest anything. I couldn't think. I had depression, like bad. I literally hit rock bottom. The sore throat, inflamed lymph around my neck the whole time, the fluid within my ears all the time, just the hotness in my face and neck all the time, no energy. Some days I could barely walk around. It was just crap. It was really bad. I did a number of things to get rid of this. A heavy metal detox, several of them actually. Some of them using foods, some of them using products. Then I also did a gut detox that was fairly full on, and it took out all of the sludge and junk that was just sitting inside my gut. That made me feel considerably better. Wim Hof breathing, that really helped, believe it or not. That really, really helped. That brought back some life force energy back into my body, into my being. The thing that didn't really sit well was the cold plunge, or the cold showers. I did it a few times, and then I would crash hard to the point of like just being back to square one, basically. So I stopped the cold plunges and reserved them for when I was feeling really, really, really strong. And so I haven't done a cold plunge in a while. I'm a little bit tentative because I don't want to crash again. But I did actually fall into the lake yesterday paddleboarding. I had the dog on board, and she wobbled that much that I lost my balance and fell off. It was only my second time on the paddleboard, and luckily the water wasn't very cold, so that was good. But yeah, bit of a shock. Anyway, I changed my diet drastically. Cut out all sugars and things, all grains, gluten-free. It helped a little bit, but not enough, not completely. Then about 5 months ago now, I went carnivore, strict carnivore, and wow, that started helping from day 3, and my body has just been starting to get better and better and better and better ever since, and you know, to the point now where I'm running. I've been running for a number of weeks now, and it's good. It's really good. I can go for a run. I can go do 10Ks, and it'll take me 3 days to recover. Whereas before, I couldn't even dream of doing 10Ks. Like, really? No. You know, yesterday I jogged continuously for almost 3Ks, and today I'm okay. Like, I'm a little bit tired, but I'm okay. Tomorrow we're doing 10Ks. Like, that's unheard of a few years ago. I would not even be thinking of doing anything like that. So yeah, so this diet has really, really helped me a lot. I highly recommend it to anybody that is feeling any sorts of pains, ailments. Just try. I used to be vegan. I'm now carnivore. So, you know, you do whatever you have to do just to get your body better. Minerals. I took lots of different minerals. I sort of did it intuitively. Zinc for a while to bring up my zinc levels. I don't take it anymore. I get plenty of zinc from my diet now. Copper, I also get plenty of in my diet now. Electrolytes, I do supplement due to reasons spoken about before. Yeah, I just ensure that I get all of my nutritional needs. So, you know, I do eat a lot of seafood. I do eat a lot of oysters. If I can't get fresh oysters, then I take it in capsule form, dried oysters. Beef liver as well provides me a ton of really good minerals and vitamins. And just eating good quality beef, lamb, lots of eggs. Grounding. I walk outside barefoot a lot. It just really does help to reduce any inflammation in my body. It's good. It's calming. It's just nice. You can feel the effects of it. It's really, really good. We also have a grounding sheet on our bed, and that's divine. That just feels really good. You end up with a really, really nice restful sleep every single night. Yeah, can highly recommend a grounding sheet. Chronic fatigue, that went along with the Epstein Barr virus. That was massive. That really got me down mentally as well. Mentally, that was probably the hardest time that I've had in a long time. Okay, yeast overload and mold exposure. The mold was black mold. I had been sleeping right next to it for about 18 months without knowing. It had been in, like, behind the bed. So yeah, gross, really gross. And it made me so sick, and it just completely put my body out of whack. Everything was hurting. I had so much mucus in my system. Pains just everywhere for no apparent reason. Asthma, respiratory issues, sore throat all the time, ears, sore ears, itchy skin, irritable as well, all sorts of horrible things. And the yeast, I think that was from the antibiotics, trying to get rid of the Epstein Barr virus that the doctor gave me, and silly me took them, and I wrecked my stomach completely, wrecked the whole biome in my gut and my body. And yeah, so I had a massive yeast overload. That was gross. The way I fixed that was with oil of wild oregano. Took that religiously every single day for 3 months. Fixed it. That was good. I don't need to take that anymore. I'm fine. The mold exposure I fixed using charcoal, the activated black charcoal, organic. I took that on and off because it can stop you absorbing nutrients if you take it for too long. And also the oil of wild oregano as well. I took that as well. And clean diet, lots of fresh air, lots of sunlight. That took a number of weeks to get rid of, but I finally got rid of that, so that was good. Hormone imbalance. I won't get into this too deeply, but basically cycles are all over the place. Libido is all over the place. Everything's all over the place, basically. Moods, all sorts of things, pains. Fixing that with a number of different herbs, but also the main thing is fat. I make sure that I consume enough fat every day. Gristles and fat and stuff on steaks and meat I don't really like, unless it's in mince, then I can eat it, it's just fine then. But I also eat sticks of butter, like cold butter, and so I get a lot of my fat that way, just because I don't really like the gristle and stuff, or unrendered sort of fat on steak. So yeah, I need to make sure that I get enough fat in my diet, and that does help. That really does help a lot. Adrenal burnout. Okay, so stress. I have lowered my stress levels dramatically. Different ways. Anxiety and things, just lowered it all. Changed my mindset on a number of things. It wasn't easy, but I had to do it for my own health. My body was constantly in fight or flight mode, always. And yeah, I had to change a number of things to get out of that. Pre-diabetic. Surprisingly, I was pre-diabetic. I had a blood test done, not that long ago, well, pre-carnivore, and yeah, what the heck. But all the symptoms also match that. The doctor was also shocked, but anyway, I'm fixing that by being on the carnivore diet. I think I've nearly fixed it. Having a sluggish gallbladder doesn't help with processing fat, because fat is my main source of energy now, not sugar. I don't eat sugar. So yeah, it's been a bit of a up and down sort of a journey, with the blood sugar, keeping it sort of stable. So I've had to do a herbal gallbladder and liver cleanse so that I could detox the sludge out of my gallbladder, basically, so we can function properly again and process the amount of fat that I'm putting in. Week by week, that is getting better. That is really getting better. I used to feel like I was going to throw up after eating a fatty, like a beef rib or something really, really fatty. I'd eat half and then very nearly throw up. Now I can eat 2 whole beef ribs, like really, really big ones, and it's fine. It's fine. It's good. The electrolyte imbalances, so that was caused due to my being on the asthma medication, which I spoke about before. So I have to make sure that I have not too much salt and plenty of potassium. That also goes in with my one kidney, so it doesn't like to process too much salt. If I do have too much salt, this is what happens. I get these lovely bags under my eyes, and puffy because I had a lot of fluid yesterday and too much salt. So salt being in the electrolyte mix that I'm currently taking, it's not the best, but it stops me from becoming hypokalemic, which is lack of enough potassium in the body. The one kidney also, people always say, oh my goodness, you've only got one kidney, you can't do this, you can't do that, you have to drink X amount of water every day, blah blah blah. No, I drink my water every day, but I don't drink a set amount. And when I'm thirsty, I drink, and I'll drink maybe 4 cups of water in a day if I'm not doing anything or it's not a hot day. But if it is a hot day and I've been out running, then I will drink, between 2 and 3 liters of fluids in a day. I don't force myself to drink water. And I don't withhold it either, but if I want to drink half a liter of fluids in one go because that's what my body feels it needs, then that's what I do. Okay, so I think that's everything. I hope I've covered everything. I can't think of anything else. If you have any questions or I wasn't clear about anything, then please just comment below and ask. Happy to answer any questions that you may have. Yeah, thanks so much for listening, and thank you for watching this far. Really appreciate it. Thanks guys, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.